hard in your 40s to be making friends. You have to push fear aside and you have to embrace faith. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On this channel, we talk about life abroad in the Dominican Republic, traveling solo, and just whatever it is. You can come here to get it. So I'm here to talk about life abroad in the Dominican Republic. And I have been living in the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. I'm gonna say Punta Cana because Dominican Republic is a huge country. It's a huge island. So I am currently living in Punta Cana. I've been living here for 5 months. I arrived here November 30th, 2024. And how do I feel about it? Do I feel like I made the right choice relocating to the Dominican Republic? Absolutely. The one thing I regret is not doing it sooner. But anyways, nothing happens before it's time. So I've been here for 5 months, and I really want to talk about 5 things that I wish I knew before relocating to the Dominican Republic. Now, keep in mind that I live in Punta Cana. Regardless of where you are on the island, I don't think that there will be much of a difference, but I'm just gonna say the Dominican Republic and just take it for that. Again, I know that the island is pretty big, so I completely understand. People are gonna be like, but the R is so big. I'm in Punta Cana, so I'm gonna speak from that perspective. But again, I'm gonna use them interchangeably. The Dominican Republic, Punta Cana, because that's where I'm staying. Because Punta Cana is a tourist hub, cost of living is gonna be a lot higher than if you were supposed to say maybe Santo Domingo, even though tourists do go there. But you find Santo Domingo is more so of like more like it's the capital, so it's more like the city life. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button if you do like this content. However, don't subscribe if you don't like it here. Don't, okay? Because I want people who want to be here to join the family. If you don't want to join the family, if you don't want to be here, if you don't want to hear all the goodies that I'm about to share, don't subscribe. But if you do subscribe, do like, do comment, and do share this with somebody. So I'm here speaking from a perspective of a single black female. I'm in my 40s. I like to specify that because that does change the dynamics of certain things. And I know there are a lot of women that are probably in their middle age. I think you would consider this middle age, that want to actually pivot and they want to change maybe locations. They want to move abroad. They want something different, you know, and you want to change, you want to move, but you're afraid. Take it from me. Take it from me. You can do it. You have to push fear aside and you have to embrace faith. Crazy faith, that is. You got to do it scared. You got to do it with anxiety. You want to do it. Sometimes you got to do it broke too. Sometimes you're going to do it not knowing what's on the other end of it. The worst that can happen is that it doesn't work out, but you learned from the experience. There's so much life lessons. There's so much that you can garner from taking a leap of faith and trying something new. Do not be afraid to try something new. It's okay. It is okay. And I'm here as living proof to let you know that the age doesn't limit you. You're 40, you're 50, and listen, I see 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds sold everything they had and decided to live on a cruise. Okay? Because who says that you have to live life a traditional way? Who says that, oh, you have to buy a big house and white picket fence and live in the suburbs and drive a nice car and do all? No, you can actually create your own reality. You can decide that you want to sell everything you have, get rid of all those unnecessary bills in your life, and live life on your terms. Live life the way you see fit. Live life the way you desire to. Not the way the world's telling us to do it. Not the way our parents did it. Nah, they were just scaredy cats, bro. They did things the way they did because they were afraid and they didn't know better. And I'm not knocking or parents and their parents, but we have a little bit more options now. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let fear be a factor. So let's get into the 5 things. The first thing, it's not that cheap here. Now, I didn't think that it was going to be I didn't think it was gonna be cheap. Like I said, there's parts of the island that's not as expensive as where I live, because it all depends on your location. But Punta Cana overall, it's not cheap, especially when it comes to finding accommodation. I live in an area where I can pretty much walk to the beach. I can pretty much walk to most things. The only time I really take an Uber is to go to grocery shopping, and I grocery shop every 2 weeks, which saves me money, and I go and pick up my mail at BM Cargo. Outside of that, I'm walking. When I decided to move here in November, it was high season, and availability of condos and apartments were very few and far between. There weren't a lot available, so I just took something that was new, which I love, never lived in. My lease is up at the end of the month, because end of May will be 6 months. So essentially I will just be looking for a new apartment that's not necessarily close to the beach, maybe in more so closer to the local area, and that's more affordable and cheaper. Because why would I be spending $1,000, $1,400, $1,500 for what? I don't need to. I just need like a nice place that's cute and comfortable and cozy. And you know, I kind of like things to be a little bit luxe, because I'm just that girl. I like things the way I like things. And also when I was coming here and the places that people were showing me, I'm like, I'm not gonna downgrade. Like, I live a certain way back home in Canada, and I'm not going to live less than that. You understand what I'm saying? So it didn't make any sense. Food is just the same as back home. Maybe a little bit cheaper with different things. I've learned to shop here. I've learned to stick to brands that are not imported, but more so the local brands are a little bit more affordable. It makes sense. And that has saved me. And also shopping on a bi-weekly basis as opposed to a weekly basis, because ain't nobody got time for that. But food, I feel like food anywhere you go is just expensive, period. And they know that they can inflate the prices on food because people have to eat. Two things in life: you have to eat and you have to live somewhere. Uber's fairly cheap. I mean, that's not a problem. I'll take Uber over a Poppy, because I find like the Poppies are really stretching it sometimes. Like, it's cheaper for me to take an Uber to go to the grocery store, Jumbo or Serena Market, than to take a Poppy. And I learned that when I asked the guy the price and he was trying to give me some arbitrary price. I was like, absolutely not. I called the Uber and the Uber was $3 when he was charging me 10. No. 10 one way, mind you. I don't eat out often. I don't go to the restaurant. So my lifestyle is a little bit low key. I'm a homebody. I don't do clubs. I don't really go often. I may go out to a social event maybe like once a month, and that's the Black Expats in Punta Cana event. And I would probably just have something to drink because I would have already cooked at home. I'm Jamaican and I know how to cook, and I cook well. So I prefer my cooking over any restaurant's cooking. Now, if a friend invites me out for lunch or dinner or whatever, I will eat at the restaurant. But I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna go eat at the restaurant today, because no. I rather eat at home because I know what I'm eating, and sometimes I eat out at the restaurant and I feel sick afterwards. So I save money there. So as much as it may be expensive, I do also save, because in comparison to what I was paying back home for rent and everything else, I save. I don't have as many expenses as I would back home. I will take what I pay here over back home in Ontario, Canada, any day. Number 2, you need to pack your patience. I feel like if you're going to live abroad anywhere, it's important to kind of just learn the way of their world, how they do things. And island time is a real thing here. Anyone will tell you this. Coming from North America, we kind of like things to be done like popcorn or the microwave. We want it to be done right away. I send you an email, I want a response right away. I ask for something to be done, I want it right away. Now, mind you, I don't feel like it's the fact that we're entitled. I feel like we're just used to that lifestyle. We're used to like quick response, quick turnaround time. Here, no, that does not exist. They're gonna do things on their time. If they tell you 2 hours, that's gonna be maybe 48 business hours. It might just be 2 days. Yeah, they do things on their own time. If they say something's gonna start at 1 p.m., I mean, don't show up at 1 p.m. As a Jamaican, as a Caribbean person, I'm very punctual. My time is very precious to me. And I respect your time. Being here has taught me a lot of patience, taught me a lot of patience to how to just be responsive to people, how to deal with people, because here they take their time. And I understand. I'm from a place where it's very fast paced. Everything is done fast, you know? Like I remember one time I was walking and I was walking like rather brisk, you know? And my friend was like, do you have a meeting? Are you on an appointment? And I was like, no. And then I caught myself. I was like, oh my God, I need to just slow down. And this was in the earlier parts when I just got here. So I'm learning to just slow down. They're calm here. They're calm. They're calm. They're not in a hurry to go anywhere. They're not in a hurry to get things done. And I'm okay with that. So because I'm here, I've learned to acclimate and I understand now. So it doesn't frustrate me. I don't get upset. I still try to just show up on time. If I have a meeting, I feel like I'm just gonna show up, and if I have to wait, then I'll wait. But when it comes to getting service done in my home or anything like that, I've learned to just be patient and understanding. But yeah, it's just this is just the culture. It's just what it is, you know. Caribbean time is a real thing. It's not a made up thing. It's real. So number 3, the internet and the electricity, Wi-Fi and electricity can go out anytime. I find that whenever it rains, the electricity just goes. Now it doesn't go for a long extended period of time, thank the Lord. I don't know if my condo has a generator. I kind of feel like all of them should, but especially when it rains, the internet is so unstable. It hasn't been so bad of late. But initially when I moved here, the internet just went all the time. Like how am I supposed to work efficiently? If I do a remote job, I need to be able to stay connected to the internet. So, and I feel like this is why a lot of companies say you need to have internet that is wired to the wall, like an Ethernet, not Wi-Fi, because it's unstable. It's not dependable. I'm thinking about ways I can kind of combat that. Think about what I would need to get so that I constantly have Wi-Fi. And with electricity, what I do is just make sure that all my electronic devices are powered up. So full juiced up, like my phone at 100% or my laptop at 100%. And I need to probably invest in maybe candles or like a little lamp thing, because I just never know. And so I just want to be prepared. But yeah, the Wi-Fi and the electricity goes out frequently. It's something that I was aware of when I was reading just certain things when I was preparing to come here. However, to actually be in it and experience it is just a whole different experience. But it's not the end of the world, you understand? Life still goes on. This is just the way of this world. So again, acclimating to where you are is so important. Your mindset has to shift. You cannot come here with the same mindset as you would in North America. I'm from Canada. Throw it all away. Throw everything you know, just throw it all away. None of it matters here. None of it matters here. Just like, forget it. Forget about it. It don't matter. So yes, I'm trying to figure out how to circumvent that, or just to deal with it so that it's not an inconvenience. Number 4 is you have to create your own community. So a friend of mine who used to live here, she connected me with a few of her friends, and of the few, one of them I was able to meet up with one time. And yes, it's nice for a person to connect you with their friends, but I feel like connections have to be genuine. And just because that person got along with your friend doesn't mean that it's gonna work for you. There's a reason why people are friends, is because there's personalities that click and there's personalities that don't click. And not to say that the individuals that she connected me with were not nice and lovely. It's just that it just didn't work that way. So I learned that I had to create my own community here. Making real and genuine connections does take a lot of effort. And you have to also do the work. We're grown adults. Like, it's hard in your 40s to be making friends. It's not easy, okay? Because people are tainted, people are scarred, people had trauma from like past experiences. So now you're coming into my life and I'm like, my guard's up. Is this person even honest? Is this person genuine? Can I trust you? Like, I am scrutinizing you before I even try to get to know you. For real, for real. I am blessed to have Dominican friends, and all my Dominican friends are bilingual. They speak English, which is amazing. That, I don't know, that just worked out in my favor. So it's great because I had these friends before I actually decided to come here. So they've helped me along the way. And then I've made connections with individuals while being here through the expat group. So Black expats in Punta Cana. There are other expat groups that I am a part of, but I'm gonna be honest with you and say that I like to connect with people who look like me. Like, I like to find my people, which are Black people. Okay, so I look for the Black expat groups. I think I alluded to this earlier. Once a month there is a Black expat in Punta Cana. Last Friday of every month there's like a social meet and greet at Mezcalito. It's a Jamaican Mexican infused restaurant that's here in El Cortecito, and we meet there, and I really look forward to it. And I think it's great because I've also made friends there, and made mature friends, like friends that are like within my age group, right? So it's really nice to be able to see and connect with individuals, but you have to build your own community. And I thought that, you know what, I was gonna come here, other Black people, I'm gonna mesh with everybody. No, that's not it. Because again, I'm very, very intentional, and I like to create relationships that are intentional, and I'm very discerning, and I'm big on energy. So if your energy's not there, if your energy's off, like, it's not gonna work for me. So that being said, I'm glad that the individuals that I've created a connection with have been good so far. So I'm really happy about that. But if you're gonna come here, even before you decide to travel, I would say look for groups on Facebook and join those groups. That's what I did. I was in these groups before I decided to even move here, right? You need to know the language in order to flourish here. Let me just say that. I'm gonna put it that way, and I explain to you exactly what I mean. Now, I don't speak Spanish, but I know a few words here or there. Now, when I just came, I was very diligent with practicing, and I know I can understand it by hearing more so than speaking it. Yes, you can get away with Google Translate, but Google Translate will only take you so far, because a lot of people here do not speak English, and you will be speaking to them, telling them I don't understand English, and they will respond to you in Spanish. And it's like, okay, we both aren't understanding each other, right? So knowing how to communicate, even the basic things, asking where something is or how to do something, or just knowing simple things can help you, because there is a thing called gringo price. There's supermarkets on every block. They're right in the pockets of where expats live and the tourists. So if you want to go get something real quick and you don't want to go too far, you walk over there. They generally don't have prices, so they're going to give you a different price than they're going to give a local. That's why I rather go to the grocery store to buy things, because the grocery store actually have prices, and everyone pays the same price because the prices are listed there. But like the markets and such, they can charge you whatever they want. They can charge you whatever they want. Knowing the language really helps. So I am committed to learning the language. I want to be able to communicate with people. You're in the country, learn the language, learn the ways of the people, and I feel like life will just be better, and the experience would be that much better. Those are the 5 things that I wish I knew before relocating to the Dominican Republic. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already done so, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video. Please, it's free. It's free. Let's engage and have a conversation in the comments. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. Thank you for being here. Until next time, do Take care, stay safe, and God bless. Bye.